Hi, I am a foreigner living here in China and I survived the 63-day lockdown in Hubei province. If I did it, then you can also do it.
It's Husey in the building. Sit down, relax, baby, let me take you on a ride. Sit down, relax, baby, let me take you on a ride. Welcome to my roller coaster.
Before this video starts, I just want to acknowledge my wrong pronunciation of this word. It's actually quarantine, not quarantine. So please don't drag me in the comment section, you guys. We learn new things every day, okay? So let's try to focus on the message. Thank you.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Sipho Sami if you'd like, and I'm a Zimbabwean student studying here in China. I've been here for 3 years and I live in a city called Yichang in Hubei province, just 2 hours away from Wuhan city, where the coronavirus originated from. If you watch the news, if you've been following this whole thing, I'm sure you've heard my city being mentioned in the news.
To try and contain this virus, let me show you some of the most recent pictures to come into the newsroom. First of all, this is in Hubei province, a place called Yichang, and as you can see, disinfectant is being sprayed all over the streets in an effort to...
So some of you guys have asked me to come on here and tell you guys some of the advice, some of the tips, some of the things that I wish I knew before the coronavirus started, and share them with you guys, because this has become a global pandemic and I'm sure the coronavirus is in almost every country now. So you guys want to know how we managed to do it here in China. If you guys don't know, the lockdown has ended in China. We were in lockdown for almost 63 days, particularly here in Hubei. Every part of China was not the same. It was much stricter here where we are because that's where we had the most cases. We were indoors, locked down in quarantine for over 60 days, and it was not easy. So I'm coming on here to educate you guys. Some of you guys who may not know what to do, who may not know what to expect, I'm just going to be here sharing my experiences with you guys, and also telling you guys what you can also do to prevent yourself from getting the coronavirus, to prepare yourself for a lockdown, and how to actually stay sane, how to actually survive during the lockdown. But before we get into that, you guys know the drill. I need you guys to hit the subscribe button. If you're new, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the little bell right next so that you get a notification every time I post. So without further ado, we're gonna get right into the video. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you is the coronavirus is actually a real thing. I don't know whoever it is that started this notion that no, the coronavirus does not affect black people, no, the coronavirus is only for the old people. Whoever started that really needs to get arrested, because I've been seeing videos like this on the internet. Of people in South Africa dancing and celebrating the coronavirus as if it's some sort of great thing to celebrate. I've also seen some flyers from back in Zimbabwe, where I'm from, people throwing parties, COVID-19 parties and all of that. You guys need to stay safe. Now, the first thing that I'm going to advise and talk about is social distancing. Social distancing is so important, and I feel like that's the main contributing factor that helped us here in China actually overcome this thing. Okay, our government was really so strict in implementing social distancing. They closed down everything, all shops, all restaurants, all pubs, all malls, everything was closed, and we were all urged to stay indoors. We weren't even allowed to go outdoors to walk around in the streets. If you were seen in the streets, you would get arrested. That's how serious it is. If you guys didn't know, the coronavirus has got an incubation period of 14 days. That means you can actually contract the virus and it will not show up, or you will not show any symptoms for 14 days, which is why people need to be quarantined, so that they can monitor you and see if any symptoms are going to develop. Now, this point actually proves why social distancing is important, because you may come into contact with someone who looks fine, who doesn't exhibit any of the symptoms, but if they have it, you will also contract it and you will not show those symptoms as well for the next 14 days. So make sure you protect yourself. The other ways that you can protect yourself by are wearing a mask. Wearing a mask does not only prevent you from getting the coronavirus, it also protects the others around you because it keeps the virus to yourself. Okay, wear a mask. Make sure you don't touch anything in public areas. I would advise you guys to walk around with a pack of tissue so you can, you know, if there's some things that are inevitable to touch, for example, door handles, elevator buttons, car door handles, etc. If you're going to be outside, make sure you're not touching anything, because if you touch something, it's very easy to touch your face and you're going to get the virus. So make sure you guys stay safe. Wash your hands, wash your vegetables thoroughly, cook your meat thoroughly, all of that. Make sure you practice those things because that's the best way to protect yourself. Another great way that you can protect yourself, or that you can help yourself not to contract the coronavirus, is by making sure your immune system stays strong. You can take immune boosters. These include vitamins which you can get from your local pharmacy. You can also make natural immune boosters at home, which include garlic, ginger, lemon, that kind of stuff. I'm going to tell you guys one small home remedy for a natural immune booster. You can take garlic, ginger, lemon, turmeric and honey, boil it in a pot, simmer it for a bit, and then when it's done you can just squash it up all together and make it into a paste, of which you can take a teaspoon every day. The coronavirus does not select between age, race, gender, all of that. It can literally attack anyone. However, it favors those with a weak immune system, which is why it is important for you to take these immune boosters, because you keep your immunity strong and you give your body the ability to be able to fight the coronavirus much faster. First of all, what I'm going to say is you do not need to panic, okay? Do not panic. There is absolutely no reason why you should be buying all the tissue in the supermarket. What was the reason?
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
So you do not need to panic, okay? I really don't see the importance, like I don't see why everyone is panic buying and all of that. It's absolutely not important. There is no one way that I can answer this question, because first of all, the way life is set up here in China is completely different from most other places in the world. For example, here when we're in the lockdown, we could not go out. All shops and everything was closed, like I mentioned, but we could get food delivered to us. So there were special supermarkets that remained open for us to be able to get food. If I ran out of rice, for example, all I had to do was tell the people, the property managers of where I live, that I need rice, and they would deliver it to my door and I would pay for it. So obviously, like I said, it depends from country to country. If they're going to be closing down all the shops and you're not going to have the facilities to have those things delivered to you, then I would say you need to stock up on food. You need to buy food that you're going to need for a long period of time. When the virus started, I assumed it was just going to take 2 weeks, so I stocked up on food for about 2 weeks to a month. But then obviously it ran out because it actually went on for a much longer period. So I would say if you normally do your shopping, your grocery shopping weekly, I would advise you guys to buy stuff that's going to last you for at least a month, because I'm sure if it's going to last that long, the government will find ways to make food available to people. But make sure you stock up on the food that you like to eat, especially food that you're not going to be able to find from a local convenience store or a local supermarket that you can only find at certain places. Make sure you stock up on that. The next thing that I will tell you guys to stock up on is your personal essentials. This includes stuff like your lotion, your shower gel, your hairsprays, your deodorant, your sanitary wear, your skincare, all of that stuff that you know you use every day and stuff that you would need for your personal use. Make sure you stock up on that. You guys, for me, I ran out of skincare like literally 2-3 weeks ago, and it really had a negative effect on my skin, because when I don't stick to my skincare routine, my skin does not do well. So I really advise you guys to stock up on all the personal essentials that you know you're gonna need. Deodorant, lotion, shower gel, all of that stuff. Make sure you have a stock up of that. For the ladies, I would advise you guys to get a protective hairstyle. Get some braids, get some cornrows or whatever, like for the black girls especially. Make sure your hair is done, okay? You don't want to be in a situation where you don't know what to do with your hair and you can't do your hair. I was in that situation. I had no option. Okay, of course you're home, you don't really need to do your hair, whatever. I have to, because then I have to come on here and make videos for you guys. But I would advise you guys to get a protective hairstyle like braids, so that you know you take care of your hair while you're chilling at home. Make sure you have a lot of those immune boosters that I've talked about. Make sure you have some garlic, ginger, lemon, honey, all of that stuff. Make sure you have a good supply of it in your house, in case you need more of it, in case someone's not feeling well and you need to boost their immune system. Make sure you have a stock up of that as well. Make sure you guys have everything in your house working fine. I'm talking all the electricals. Make sure your sink is fine, your toilet is fine. The last thing you want is to have your toilet blocking. You don't have a plunger or anything and you can't get the plumber to come to your house. That's the last thing you want. Or you can't fix your sink, or something stops working. Make sure you have a spare phone charger. You guys, the worst thing that can happen, that was my biggest fear, was my charger dying and I can't go out to get one, and I can't order one online because online delivery stopped. They didn't want to put the people who deliver the goods at risk of getting the virus. So make sure you have stuff like a charger. Especially make sure you have a spare phone charger in your house, and make sure everything is functioning well. Your electricals, your sinks, your everything in your house, make sure it's fine, in preparation for you staying in your house for a long period of time. Yeah guys, so this brings us to the third part of this video, which is how to actually survive being in quarantine, how to actually survive being in a lockdown for a long period of time. Most of you guys' questions were to do with mental health. You guys asked me how I managed to stay positive. You guys asked me how I managed to stay sane, how I just managed to do it, because honestly 60 something plus days was a really long time, and most of you guys were telling me how you would have gone crazy, blah blah blah, and I really understand. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you guys about. The first thing and the most important, like, you need to actually, the first thing and the most important thing in making sure that your mental health is taken care of during a lockdown is you need to get a quarantine bay.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Okay, maybe not a quarantine bay, because you know some of us are single, and yeah, sometimes it's the things can't just happen. But my point is, make sure you are not by yourself. Okay, this goes out especially to all the international students that are studying in different parts of the world, and you've been caught up in this situation where you're in a foreign country, you're by yourself, you know, and you're in a lockdown. Make sure you link up with your friends. If you have a friend that's also by herself, make sure you guys link up, you guys stay together during this period. You guys, there's power in togetherness. Okay, if you get bored, you have someone to talk to, you have someone to watch a movie with, you have someone to be with. Basically, if you're in a place and you have family members close to you, make sure you go where people are. Be with your family, be with your friends. You do not want to be alone during a lockdown. The second point is you need to keep yourself busy. Don't fall into the trap of wake up, eat, sleep, repeat. You will go crazy, honey. You will lose your mind. Make sure you keep yourself busy. Use this time to your advantage. Do that one thing you've always wanted to do but you never had the time to do. And remember, there's going to be life after the lockdown. Okay, so if you just sit, you act like it's the end of the world, you just relax, you eat, you sleep, you wake up, you repeat, then joke's on you, because it's going to end and life is going to continue. If you're a student, make sure you do something school related, continue with your studies, take those online classes seriously. You know, life goes on. Life is not coming to a stop because of the corona. Okay, if you guys want, I could make a separate video, tell you guys some things that you can do to keep yourself busy, some things that you can do if you're bored during a lockdown or a quarantine. Just make sure you like this video, give this video a big fat thick thumbs up so that I know if I should make that video for you guys or not, or just leave a comment down below. But yes, you guys, you need to keep yourself busy, you need to keep your mind working. okay? And then the third and also a very important point, which is also linked to the first one, is you need to stay in touch with the people you love, okay? If, for example, you can't be with them, like for me, for example, I'm very far from my family and my friends also live really far away. The few friends that I have in my city were also locked down in wherever they were, either in the dormitory or in the apartments. We could not be together because the moment we realized that, you know, this was going to last for a really long time, it was too late for us to link up. But make sure you stay in touch with the people you love. Half the time I was on FaceTime with my mom, my friends, my siblings, my cousins, all of that. That's one thing that helped me, you know, keep my mental health in check. Yes, make sure you keep in touch with the people you love. Call your mama, your auntie, your papa, your ex.
And
I'm just kidding, don't do that.
Your uncle, your grandmother, your grandfather, everyone. Make sure you keep in touch with them. Call that one friend you haven't spoken to in years, honey. Call that aunt you haven't seen since Uncle Ningi's funeral, you know. Just make sure you keep in touch with all the people you love. There's power in togetherness, okay? You're gonna get to encourage each other to stay strong during the situation. All of that, it really goes a long way. So yeah, we've come to the end of our video. I hope I've actually helped you guys with one or two things. Make sure you guys like this video. Make sure to give it a big fat thick thumbs up. Let me know if you guys want me to make that video where I give you guys ideas on things that you can do if you're bored in a lockdown or a quarantine. Lastly, I just want to end by encouraging everyone. This is a very difficult time for most people. Life is obviously not going to be normal. Things are going to be slowed down, plans are going to be cancelled, etc, etc. It's going to be tough, but I just want to encourage each and every one of you to stay strong. Remember to protect yourself and to protect others. Remember to do the right things. Make sure you are safe, you guys, and practice all the ways that you can protect yourself from the coronavirus. This will all be over soon and life will be back to normal and we can all live happily ever after. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.